Hey guys, welcome to Blue Dragon Distro Podcast with Kane and Lynnee, where we discuss games, technology, and basically anything we want. Hey guys, welcome back, and thanks for joining us. Today we are going to be talking about Calia Menethil, which is disclaimer, I like to butcher names, so if I say a name wrong, hey.
We're both probably going to butcher names. It doesn't matter.
It's all for the love of WoW. Yeah, so basically...
Well, this is a deep dive into the character, like I was saying last week. So she wants to talk about Calia. So go ahead. Yeah,
because I actually had other characters, but we're trying to keep it short here, people.
Yeah, trying to keep it to like 10 minutes.
My favorite character right now is Calia Menethil. Actually, she's really top notch, and just I'm falling in love with her ever since listening and reading Before the Storm. I was like, okay, this chick is cool. I am kind of upset at Sylvanas, but Sylvanas will be another topic for another podcast.
Oh, we could kind of play a little bit about her.
Well, yeah, because she killed her. Spoiler alert. So basically, besides the fact that she's the older sister of Arthas, aka the Leech King or former Leech King, she basically married a Lordaeron footman and had a child secretly, and was supposed to basically, once Arthas had married and had his heir, she was going to be brought back, and her husband would have became higher status, and her daughter would have had claims to the throne. But since death came and destroyed everything, and Arthas killed his father, kind of went south for the poor girl. Yeah, and basically it was just her, just learning to survive. I mean, imagine having everything ripped from you and then having the Scourge looking for you. That scene from Before the Storm, if you guys haven't read that book, oh my God, you need to read the book. The book was just awesome, and I can't wait to read the follow-up to it for SHADOWLANDS. I'm late on that. I know it just came out. Life happens with this pandemic, but, And basically what we're talking about when I say that she was killed by Sylvanas, which she kind of made me sad for that little part, because I love Lady Sylvanas. I was kind of upset that she got jealous because some of the Forsaken was meeting their human family members that survived everything, and it was actually becoming more of a mutual, oh wow, we can actually be neutral and friends and welcome each other with love. And Sylvanas, got jealous and just decided to kill everybody.
Well, the way Sylvanas looked at it, in my opinion, was that, if this happens, then that kind of blurs the line between the Forsaken and the humans. And she wanted, I believe, still stay with the Horde. She still is angry about what happened.
I don't think, more and more I look at it now and more I go over it with Sylvanas, I don't think everything she does is very strategic, and I don't think she wanted to stay ultimately with the Horde. And like the whole ending of Battle for Azeroth, she totally was like, you guys are basically nothing. And
but not to get too much into Sylvanas though, but look at what Greymane did to her. Took away her future pretty much for her and the Forsaken. If you remember that cutscene.
Well, Greymane is such a... I don't like it.
Yeah, not to go too off topic, but, it's all those things that led her up to going into Shadowlands. Which, we'll leave for another time.
I can't wait to see more of Calia in the future expansions and books. And I hope they still, keep her... The fact that she is actually her own separate, Forsaken, as in the light... That just makes her even more ooh, cool.
Yeah. Let's go into that a little bit, because this would be really the first Forsaken that actually was brought back by the light and actually is infused with the light, right?
Yeah.
And that was because she was brought back by the Noah, which we already said we would butcher the name. But Sarah? S-A-A-R.
Oh, wait a minute. That's how I pronounce it.
Yeah, and...
Well, you should see how I pronounce See, how do you say it? See, I'm going to say origami, see?
Yeah,
okay?
That's fine. But yeah, that Noah was I think the one that I think at the end we saved. I think that's how that story went.
I don't remember. I have to go back and look at it. There's so much going on with Azeroth and all these different characters that just make it so people to say, "Oh, there's nothing to do in the game." It's like, dude, you pay attention. There's so much. It's overwhelming at times. And I'm so glad that they have. What's her name? Christine Golden.
Yeah, Christine Golden.
Yeah,
she's the writers for the book. Yeah, and anyway, going back to the whole light thing, one thing you could tell if you ever look at her character model is you ever look at her eyes looked, if I'm right, completely different from the other Forsakens, right?
Yeah, but so does is it Derek Prodmore? Yeah, because he's like her lieutenant now. Mm-hmm. So, which I thought was really cute and sweet. Just kind of brought it like full.
But don't forget, how was Derek Prodmore brought back?
God, I don't remember how he was brought back up because he was just a non-factor to me. I mean, I get it. He was Jenna's brother, and Savannah's tried to make him one of her minions. Yeah. And we saved him in the game. Well, with the help of Bane. Yeah, with the help of Bane was very stressful for him because I know he was worried about his people getting punished for everything, for what he did. And I actually thought that for a while they was actually going to destroy it. Yeah, I thought they were going to do like a whole, take over the high mountain kind of thing. Yeah, because I was just like, oh snap, another city going down. Yeah, and that would make sense because in the capital for the trolls, they do have Xandalari trolls to be specific. They do have the high mountain portal there. If you ever know. So I thought it was going to be a big thing. But so, who knows? It may be in the future because Sylvanas is still not done with her crazy. And then the other thing is now because of Lillian Voss, she's part of the council now, the whole council. And you know what the funny thing is? Like before, Battle for Azeroth and everything, kind of during Cataclysmist times and a little bit after that, her Lillian Voss's story. I actually liked her character for a while too, how they developed her as well. Yeah. So they put a lot of time into her because we met, at least we've seen her 5 times. At least I've seen her 4 times. I think there's extra. Probably. Yeah. Because I played on so many different characters just to relive certain storylines. Yeah. If you played the rogue, you definitely seen her more times. But I think if you didn't play as a rogue, I think you've seen her at least 5-6 times. Yeah. In the storyline. And every time she's always badass. Yeah. And actually, think about it, I actually have her daggers on my rogue. Cool. Yeah. I'm in the future, I am going to probably work on a rogue to actually play it because but yeah. But also to go into it with her Calia, the interesting thing is she was able, and I don't remember the Forsaken's name. Man, I missed the name, but there was a priest Forsaken. Yeah, I think I know who you're talking about. I don't remember the name either because, like I said, there's so many different characters and have so many different stories to tell. It's just beautiful. But the good thing about her character, at least, is she was able to see past the Forsaken. That's why she did the whole gathering. Yeah. Because with her meeting that one individual that became Forsaken when Lordaeron got attacked, she was able to see past that. Okay, there is Forsaken and there's Scourge. Yeah, I think his name was Alphonse. Yeah, Alphonse. You're right. So, there was that. And then, when she became who she became now. Sorry to cut you off. But I can't wait, or I hope Blizzard or Christine Golden actually goes into who, or if her family, her husband and her daughter are still alive. Because there's a lot of speculation on I think they did go through in the book. Who exactly it is. But didn't they go through in the book? I don't think she ever met them. I only read it once, but it was just still certain pinpoints just stuck with me. Yeah. Like her, she's totally stuck with me. That's why I was like, oh snap, she's gonna threaten Sylvanas. Well, no. Well, the thing is, the way they ended it, I think is maybe in the new book. So spoiler. Yeah. Is which we haven't read. We have to read that one. But I think they went to talk to Tyrandra, the leader of the Night Elves. Oh, her. Yeah. After all of this so far. See, I have a love-hate thing with her, but we'll talk about that. Well, so far the good thing from what I gathered from what I quickly read, is that she's not going to be like, oh, I'm after the Forsaken. Her mind is dead set on Sylvanas at this point. But at the beginning, she was kind of geared towards the whole Forsaken. Which I agreed. Yes, and understandable no, because if that was happening to me, I wouldn't particularly. That's like blaming a whole group of people when in reality they was just following orders. But now look, Forsaken has Night Elves as undead. Which is pretty cool, and I don't really like Night Elves, even though my first tune ever was a Night Elf spoiler. It's pretty cool, but at the same time, to her, it's like spitting in her face.
I think that's how she takes it, because they should not die
well,
like that.
she's a very emotional knight.
So, but the good thing is, the way that conversation went, they did get into arguments supposedly based on the book or the story.
Yeah, but Anduin.
But yeah, no, I think Anduin wasn't there. It was Thor.
Was it?
Thor was there because they had, I guess, a private meeting, and at the end, Thor was.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. Thor was, and then he promised her Savannah's head.
Promised head was. I'm thinking then the orcs would be involved.
But I don't think they're gonna get rid of Savannah's head because she's like a key character.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how the Shadowlands go.
Like, do you see BlizzCon? She's a key character.
She's a key character because Shadowlands.
She has her own. No, she's been one, and she has her own statue. When I'm telling you, when we get our own place, I'm getting a statue of Savannah.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, what was it else we wanted to talk about? Was it you had something on your agenda?
No, I went through all my parts for this part.
Yeah, next part.
Yeah, then we're gonna go to the next part.
Yeah, as you can tell, we get really involved, and we will go sidestepping. So if you want to learn more about her, obviously you can Google it and find out more about her. Yeah,
some of this information at least I got was from Wild Wiki. I don't know where,
but
Lynnee got hers.
My information, like her backstory, that was in Before the Storm, and that always stuck with me. That's why I was like, "Oh, you are cool. Where have you been?" So I kind of like her. I mean, I do like her. She's like one of my favorite characters, and I hope they still continue to keep her around and develop her, and not just, okay, she's here and then sidestep her later. So I hope they keep her prominent, because she had her storyline would be juicy in the future if they keep sticking with it. Blizz keeps sticking with it. I hope they do. Fingers crossed.
All right, guys. So we're going to be talking about two subjects, which I know some people have a love-hate relationship with, or probably mostly hate. One would be about the whole level scrush, and also about heirlooms. In particular, that the experience but the experience gain you get from it is being removed. One thing I want to give credit to a YouTube channel, SignsOfKelani. I listened a little bit to this video just to get a better understanding than just, reading articles on that. Since some of the articles are a little bit like, and then people are just like getting angry out there.
Yeah, because people like to get angry at every little thing that Blizzard does.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, come on, guys, really? Okay. So,
but let's look at this. So, the heirlooms, right? The way we know right now it works is, if in the current patch, is with the heirlooms, they go up with you in stats and everything as you level, as long as you, I guess, max them out for level 120. And at the same time, you keep that experience boost that they give you, which is giving you 5% some pieces.
Yeah, and I'm mad because I just started using them like that.
That's what some people are getting pissed about.
But then at the same time, I'm just like, whatever. Take my money, Blizzard.
Could have passed 3-4 weeks. No, actually, it's been going on for a while. 2 months. They gave you the experience boost of what was it, something with the wins, mine with the wins.
Yeah, win something, but it's 100%. And I'm still working on all my alts to get them all to 120 to screenshot that, because it ain't gonna be that way in Shadowlands.
But that's what I mean. And then people are buying the heirlooms, and now in these upcoming months where they start talking about heirlooms and the changes, everybody's like.
Yeah, because heirlooms are expensive. Yeah. The higher the level is, it's expensive. And I was just like, what? I don't have that much gold in my bank.
Yeah, so everybody's like, wait, I paid for the heirlooms. Now you're going to strip off the experience in the next expansion. Why about if I have, alts that I need to level? So 2 things I want to make note of, which does lead into the next conversation. But the 2 things is, 1, we have the level scrush. There's a reason for it. I'm going to kind of go through and explain it. The level scrush. Yeah. And then 2, you also got to look at from this point of view, it's going to be way harder when the expansion drops to level an alt.
I'm sad about that.
Got to believe that. I'm not saying it's going to be difficult where you can't just make a tune, or even a new person. I don't want to discourage any new players coming. That, hey, I make a character, it's going to take me a week or 2 to get leveled up. No, it won't. I'm going to try to go through it. But honestly, if you have mains, you're trying to keep up with your guildies because you guys want to do end game content right away when the raid becomes available, and you're trying to get gear. Honestly, I highly doubt you're going to be focusing on the ult.
Yeah, it's like this expansion towards the end, I'm just now starting to gear up my tunes, which in all expansions, all the guildies would always be like on my case about it because I would never like get my item level high enough for anything. I'll just, once it got up to the maximum level, I'll be like, all right, I'm good. But now it's like the first time I'm actually like, oh, I need to item level. And then it's like, and then I hear about the whole skirmish of the leveling, and I'm just like, did it to me
Level
again.
squish.
Did it to me again, Blizzard, because it was like with Cataclysm. I knew every continent on the Horde and Alliance side, like the back of my hand. Then Cataclysm comes out, and it just totally threw it in the garbage, and I was like, thanks.
And also, I think we never did a level squish, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I know they messed around with
stats,
but I don't think full level. And, you know, it's like I get it with some people coming back when they haven't been back since, let's say, Mr. Pandoria. And they're like, well, what do you mean 120? And it's like, yeah. And now they're like, what do you mean 60? So it's like, So, but about the heirlooms, they're trying to figure out what they want to do with them. They did take off their experience from what I heard. So right now developers are looking at how to make it where heirlooms are still something that you want to use and will give benefits to your character. Honestly, I felt like they did pull back the stats quite a bit. So I'm thinking they may increase the stats, but that's just a theory. Like, you know, they didn't announce anything yet. So I can see them doing that. And also you got to look at from this perspective was the same thing on the YouTube channel SignsOfKelani mentioned is these heirlooms, they go up with you in item level as you level. It's not like you put them on, you find replacement item, you take off, you put a replacement item and you keep replacing. It's like, no, these items actually keep growing with you until you hit your max level. So even with that, that's still extremely good. It's less gear that you have to worry about getting. I think really all you need is like what, a ring and one other piece that you need to focus on getting most of the time. gotcha.
So, yeah, you don't need anything else. Anything else you think about heirlooms?
Well, like I said, I'm new to the whole heirlooms, high level content type of thing because I'm more the casual player that's just like, once I get up to the top level, I switch to an alt and start playing on an alt.
Yeah.
And then more so I start paying attention to like whatever the side characters are mentioning, like in Origami. Don't judge me. Origami, if you ever go in there and you just sit there and you listen to like or read whatever the guards or the citizens are saying, it's really, it's like Blizz. Wow, you really thought this out because there'll be commentary about what's happening now in the city and in their world, and it's just it always. I'm weird. I look at stuff like that. I'm weird.
All right, but with the whole heirloom changes now, it leads into about the level squish. So as all of us knows, we're going from 120 to level 60 now.
Yeah, that makes me sad. That really makes me sad.
It was bound to happen. It was. I was
hoping it wasn't, and then at the same time, I was hoping that as they progress into a level, would they reach a cap where it's like, okay, so it's like, oh god, because every expansion was like, oh, now another 5 levels, now another 10 levels, and you know. But if you stop to not really think about that and actually think about how your character's playing, what they're interacting with and everything, then it kind of softens the blow. But now it's like, oh, we're doing 60. It's like, how is that going to work? I already get mad at the whole fact is it's with the leveling thing now. It's like you go into an area and you want to complete the whole area, and basically because of how everything is right now, you're over level in that area, and you're kind of like, everything is like, you don't get that much experience, so they kind of force you into the other area. Yeah,
but that changed though, because now areas actually increase with you in level. There are still areas like kind of like, hey, they stop at this level, so you really can't do much more.
Yeah, was it like Pandaland that had like, it stayed, like the monsters stayed at like level 90, I believe, at the time, and they didn't, after that, they stopped going.
Yeah, I think Mesa Pandaria still had that. I think it's when we started doing like,
because I know
BFA and all that, where they started just going for you with level. They kept sync with your level. But at that point,
it's a good thing and a bad thing at the same time.
Well, yeah, because you didn't like, okay, you can just run through places at high levels. Exactly. Like now they are at your level.
Exactly. It's like, no, what are you doing?
So, you know, about the whole level squish though, you know, going into also with the heirlooms, you know, people were concerned, and it's like, but you gotta look at, you know, they changed it how quickly you gain experience. And unfortunately, I know I keep on referring to the YouTube channel, but Kelani, sorry, that he did, I think, level 1 through 50 at least, and they were able to do it without flying in 13 hours.
That's still a lot, though.
It's a lot, but
That's a lot. That's a lot of soda and coffee to stay up to.
No, but it's like a day, and it's like
imagine sitting in your computer. I mean, I don't think. Well, yeah, at your computer, sitting there, but I doubt it. He sat there 13 hours straight, but still, it's like I get mad when I'm sitting here for like 2 hours. I'd be like, I gotta get up.
But the way I think about it, it takes us double the time, if not a little more than double. It takes us like trying something else to get a tune leveled up, and that's at least getting to the 110. That's not even going from 110 to 120. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they cut it down at least half. I mean, I'm
still trying to finish the whole class hall thing because, like I said, I'm a casual player and I don't like dealing with people much.
Yeah, I was gonna say with casual play, I do still see it longer, but still, they cut down the time considerably, like a lot. And you gotta look at it from that point of view that. Because that's why they're removing the experience from the heirlooms, because they cut down on how much experience you need to gain. You're going from 1 to 60. They cut out at least the other 60 levels. The other thing they're doing, which, I want to go into it, is from 1 to 10, you get to do, what was it called again? Exile Island?
That is also, I'm a little bit upset about that too, because I love the starting areas for each of the races.
Yeah, but I think they may give you options to do them.
I know, but then it's like, I don't know, because then you feel like you're not a part of the expansion. I don't know, for me, people feel like you're not a part of the expansion, but then at the same time, it's like, why can't I just be individual with my race and my area, and then, because Cataclysm, was it? Yeah, it was Cataclysm that changed the
changed a lot of stuff around
starting areas of each of them, and it. I
don't think they all changed.
No, not all of them, but it was a little bit cooler. But then at the same time, it made me kind of sad because, because we both joined in like Burning Crusade.
Yeah. But I really became more active in Wrath of the Lich King.
Yeah.
In sense of getting to content done and all that.
And I'm still like learning about the game and like Burning Crusade because I hadn't played video games in like years, and then
So, but yeah, so there's the Exile Island. Then from 10 to 50, you get to pick an expansion.
Wait, but does that island, that's for everybody that hits there?
I think so.
Like Horde?
Yeah, I think every race. There might be a slight separation, but yeah. And then from 10 to 50, you pick an expansion, you level up through that. And then from 50 to 60, you do the Shadowlands.
See, I would have...
Which to me is better because I probably would pick Pandaria all the time since I like Pandaria.
Well, the only thing that I would probably do for Pandaria, because they have a lot of beasts pets out there, probably my hunter would probably like staying there because they could, tame a pet. Because there was one thing that I did want to tame and I forgot where it is, and I would have to go back and find it.
And also, so for the most part, I feel like that's why BRAs is getting the treatment they're getting. But like I said, developers will have to find a way of making it more enticing so people would still use the BRAs.
And at least we're getting a game this year with everything going on. It's like, at least we're getting a game. So I don't think we should be complaining.
Even though I won't be surprised if it gets slightly delayed. I can see that happening just a little bit.
Yeah, but I'm all forgiving for anything being delayed this year. This year is basically canceled.
Yeah, and also just to wrap things up, also about the whole level squish, how they're handling it with how quickly you level on that. The thing is, there's a little technical trivia, which I was talking to you about. And I don't know how true it is. A developer could always, if a developer ever hears this, could recorrect. Even though we never hit the limit of this engine, the way they were going. One reason I could see different MMOs doing level squishers is because you gotta look at it. I think a lot of engines only can handle going up to level 255 with the stats and everything. And the reason why, because I think a lot of engines, when they deal with that, I'm gonna get technical, I apologize. When they deal
we said technology.
Yeah, when they deal with that field of information, like as a data field in the database, is only 1 byte. So really, I think the value is only like from 0 to 255. You only have 256 values. So once you go past 255, I think the engine starts having issues with that because you're going beyond that field. Yeah,
that explanation actually would make a lot of sense. Actually, it's like, oh, okay,
yeah, that's why some MMOs they let you get to 255 once if you're like having a private server supposedly and you go past that, it starts having issues or resets you back to 0, I think. But yeah, even though WoW is not getting to that point because they only got to 120, they could keep on adding expansions and do 10. One, it takes you then longer to level, in my opinion. They will have to change the leveling curve, which is actually why.
True, and that can also discourage new players too because they look at the level and they're like, oh God, I got to level all the way up there.
Yeah, so them doing this, one, I feel is like definitely helps their engine. Two, cutting down on how much content you need to go through to get to 50 helps a lot.
So much content.
Yeah, so I think they're going in the right. Yeah, don't mind. It's just our dog that we kind of locked him into another room. Not locked him into another room. Yeah, he's being babysitted by. Yeah,
he doesn't bark, but now you hear him.
Yeah, but yeah,
spoiled.
It's okay. But yeah, so with that said, it's so going to be interrupted.
That is so funny because you want to know why we both looked at each other like, really?
No, I just looked like, what was that sound?
I knew it was him. That's why I was like, I'm wondering if they can hear it.
They could. But yeah, so, to wrap things up, that's why I feel like they're doing some of the stuff right now. So I'm hoping that this does draw new players and
old players alike.
Old players alike. There you go.
Jesus,
and hopefully, they can. There he goes. And that, hopefully all of it works out.
Yeah. So we're not going to judge it until we see it, but it's Blizzard. So, it's going to be awesome. Come on.
Yeah. All right, guys. So that's pretty much the end of this podcast. And we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Join us again.
So the way we plan on doing this, because we didn't give you guys schedule last time, is every Sunday by 9.
Come join us every Sunday.
Yeah, every Sunday by 9 a.m. This should be published on the different podcast platforms. We're trying to get on Google and Apple. We did get on some other ones, even Spotify, but we haven't gone through Google and Apple yet.
Oh, and watch us on Twitch. We're on Twitch. Yeah,
on Twitch, and also we're also on YouTube. Blue Dragon Distro. If you look up Blue Dragon Distro for YouTube, you'll find us. And on Twitch, my name handle is Doc2088. What's yours?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because I don't stream much on Twitch. I think I did like twice. And I was just like, who is going to watch me play and then make random comments? Because I do that. I will make random comments and then the person going to be like, what?
All right, but you could come and visit us on those two platforms. And, we're going to be here. We're planning on staying here for a while. So
maybe next episode I'll say what my Twitch is. But it's a really sad Twitch, so.
So every Sunday, 9 a.m., we'll have an episode uploaded.
Yeah, come join us.
Please subscribe or follow us on your podcasting platform of your choice. And, we'll see you guys around.
Yeah, because we're still noobs at this,
Have a good one, guys.